Okay. What am I trying to say? Do I want to do an intro? I mean, it would be the same intro, right? Hey there, everybody. My name is Johnny Song. Welcome back to D&D with Song. No, not welcome back. Would it be welcome back? I don't fucking know. Hey there, everyone. My name is Johnny Song, and this is D&D with Song. It's time to answer the big questions. Who am I? What do I want out of life? What is D&D? What is D&D? What is D&D? It's just pretend for adults. I mean, okay. Maybe not. D&D is what's known as a tabletop role-playing game, where essentially you get to pretend to be someone you're not, or someone you are, and you play this character in a fantastical world of pretend. And that's about what D&D is. What happens, how successful you are or how badly you fail is determined by dice. And that throws everything into chaos because you get to create on the fly. You get to build worlds and stumble through awkward situations and have a really wonderful moment where a game makes you feel nervous and silly and suave and powerful and all these great things. But there's so much more to it than that. Like back in the freaking 70s, what was it? When did D&D start? In 1974, Gary Gygax and Dave Arneson made 3 booklets that contained essentially a summation of rules and story elements that people could play pretend with their imaginary characters through. If you wanted to be a bow and arrow wielding ranger, you could do that. If you wanted to be a wizard, you could do that. What were the original classes? Introduces the character classes of D&D for the first time. Surprising, there are just 3. Wow, there's just 3 classes to start out. Back in the first edition of Dungeons & Dragons, there were only 3 classes: the cleric, the fighting man, and the magic user. And that, oof, there were only 3. So, when I was a kid, I read a ton of books. One of my favorite series was The Inheritance Cycle, which is written by Christopher Paolini. It follows Aragon on his, acquisition of heroitude. A little bit of me always wanted to be that. I always wanted to be a dragon rider or a magic user or a fighter. I wanted to be a medieval hero. And that's what D&D captures, is that deep-seated desire within us to be heroic, to be epic, to be magnificent and awe-inspiring, to lead people in a war of retribution or to conquer and acquire land. There's some basic medieval values that get translated into D&D because we want to be cool. We want to feel amazing. So that's part of what D&D is to a lot of people, actually. It started as playing pretend in a basement, right? And it still is that to a degree. I still think it captures that same drive that Gary and Dave captured together, which was just being heroes. And albeit there are campaigns with villain where you're the villain and you're an evil person, and that's fine. That's not what I'm talking about. And when I talk about being a hero, when I call someone a hero, I mean something like more similar to like Fable's Albion's hero. It's like a classification of person. So D&D captures heroism or a desire to be more than the common man and lets you do that. And along the way, you make all these great friendships, you make inside jokes, you do so much that feels real. So Dungeons & Dragons is a game. And it is just a game. But the experiences we take from it are not just anything. The things that we take from it are real, I think. And I've heard of people overcoming anxiety by playing D&D. I've heard of people gaining confidence and becoming suave and charismatic and all these things, and becoming great writers and musicians and creators, and their roots are all in Dungeons and Dragons. There's a reason. There's a reason that it's successful. There's a reason that millions upon millions of people want to play it and are looking to get into it right now, just like you are looking to get into D&D, wondering what the heck it is. It is not some demon game. It is not summoning spirits. It is not a Ouija board. It is not inappropriate. It doesn't have to be inappropriate. It might just be what someone needs to not break. And that's saying something. I hope this is a good introduction to D&D. We're going to talk more about it. So much more about it. There's so much more to talk about. There are people all over the internet who know D&D 3.5, D&D 2nd Edition, AD&D, Call of Cthulhu, Starfinder, which is just Pathfinder but space. But like, I think a lot of the concepts I'm going to go over are universal, I think, or can be applied to other editions in some way. D&D is cool, and I really hope I help get you into it. I'll see you guys next time. My name is Johnny Song. Thank you so much for watching this episode of D&D with Song. See you guys next time. That's not bad. That's not bad. What do you think, Ruthie? You think it's good?